Okay, it's the same day. I took my braid out because it was giving me a headache. But anyways, something happened and I just thought, I've got to share this because this to me was like the perfect point of something I talk about a lot. So I was talking to somebody, you know, when you're talking to people who are in that other reality, they're a lot more, you know, focused on the three-dimensional rules, you know, do this, do that. And it's the same people who are still like about control and oppression of each other, you know, that they haven't, like we need to all conform to be accepted human beings, I guess. Anyways, they're kind of like that, right? Like if we all conform to this idea of what, you know, one person wants, I guess, that will be better. But anyways, to me, when you become more pulled outside of the this paradigm of this three-dimensional reality thing, if you pull more out of that, then I feel like it is more about not judging each other, taking responsibility. Like, don't talk to somebody who's driving you crazy. Like if you come on and you listen to me and you feel like, oh, I've got to go tell her I don't like her. I don't like her hair. I don't like her eyes. I don't like her smile, whatever. You know, there's people who think like that's okay. And they don't even like realize like that's you. That's who you are. Like, and it's very, not only is it bullish, but it's very weak. Like if you don't like something, turn it off, empower yourself. It's real simple. You know, if you don't like somebody, don't listen to them. So much of breaking free from this system is empowering yourself not to be a victim, because we've kind of been implanted with that kind of rationale to, you know, get along with other people, I guess. And so many people feel like, you know, everything's out of their control. They're just victims. Poor me. And so many people are so caught up in that right now too. And so when you break more free from that, but you also have to take responsibility for yourself, your attitude, your actions, your thought, you know, you have to take responsibility. You can't say, oh, you caused me to behave this way. Oh, I behave this way because I was triggered and, you know, I need to look at this part of myself. I don't know why I would, you know, lose my mind over that or whatever. You know, that is more when you break free from the system. And you start releasing so much more about judging, and you start, your perspective just starts being so much more open and broad. It's so much less narrow-minded. Like the third dimensional reality is very narrow-minded, controlled, oppressive. And breaking free from that is why you feel free and buoyant and light, because you're not held back by the restrictions that they put on you. And you have to break free from, you know, self-identity and the things that you think are, wow, what makes you who you are, you know, reevaluating everything. But, you know, I mean, man, I can't clear my throat chakra. That is the thing, though. Yeah, maybe that, yeah, having my throat chakra do that, because that is something maybe that they are working on, is their throat chakra or something, to break free from that oppressive thing. Or maybe just me too. I don't know. Anyways, I couldn't clear my throat. But yeah, they're also kind of have the same ways in their personality. You know, I say this all the time, but they do. And so when you have a conversation with them, you know, it's so weird of a conversation anyways. You can't talk about real stuff because they don't think it's real. They don't know it's real because they don't see it, and they don't, so therefore it's not real. They're not going to go look into stuff. Why would they look into stuff that's going to make them feel bad? It's like, yeah, man, we're purging this stuff out. That's why we all have to see it. because we're lifting, we're moving out of that density. So we have to see it. We have to feel it and move out of it to move into the higher density. It has to be exposed. You have to see it. You have to feel the pain. Just like, you can't just quit eating meat and think, like you've spiritually evolved. You have to, know why you're quit eating meat. And it's not because so-and-so told you to. It would be inside you. Something happens that would make you, but until that happens, your body may need meat. So, don't jump on every little bandwagon out there. And, anyways, but when you're having a conversation, you have these weird conversations that are so hard to explain. But when they come at you, like, well, you need to be different. You need to respect my boundaries. You need to do this. You need to do that. And, you're unaware of yourself. You need to be this way. You need to be that way and stuff like that. If you find yourself saying that to anybody, then, just shut it down and start going inside. Like, why do I think that they need to change for me? Why do I think that they need to be the way I think they should be? Why can't they just express themselves the way they want to express themselves? If I don't like the topic, I don't like the subject, I don't like the information they're giving, I can empower myself and walk away. I can hang up the phone. I don't need to tell them that they always are black and white. This black and white, this polarity thing, so many people have such a hard time breaking free from that. You're either good or you're bad. And, that leaves out most people because nobody's good or bad. Everybody's all things. So, and you need to accept all things so that you can accept yourself and accept others. And you can't force people to be what you want them to be. So even if you're in a relationship right now and a marriage, and just so much stuff is coming up, any kind of relationship, roommates, anything, and stuff is coming up, if you're feeling like you need to tell this person how they need to change, then you need to go look in the mirror, because you can't change anyone else. And the only person you can change is you. And when you change you change your reality. So that stuff won't bother you. You won't give a shit. If somebody's losing their mind telling me, like, you shouldn't talk about, the bad stuff that's done to babies. I don't want to know about that stuff. You just crossed too many boundaries. You shouldn't talk about it. It's like, well, I'm sorry. It's real. It's out there. I didn't make this shit up. And, better be prepared then if you don't want to hear about it, because it's about to be all you're going to hear about. And, but if you feel motivated to start telling somebody how they need to change, they need to do this, they need to do that, you need to be quiet and don't talk about that stuff, then, that is the three-dimensional kind of control, oppressive thing that is, like, just notice it in yourself so you can break free from it. That's like the breaking free from the chains, breaking free from these like restrictive ways that have been in our brain to relate to one another. Because that is, do we want to live in a fucking world of clones? No. We want to live in a world of individuals, and we want to respect everybody's journey and respect, what their message is, what they're bringing to the table or whatever. And if you don't like them, just walk away, empower yourself. It's just that simple. So I think there's going to be more and more of that. I heard David Rodriguez this morning. He was talking about, all the people in Texas are irritated because so many people are moving to Texas to get away from more the places the liberal places that are burning down and stuff. So they're moving there, and that's all based on conservatives. So it's more protecting the people, I guess. And but they're bringing that energy there. So anyways, there's some sort of turmoil about it. But something he said about it is it's true, and what is going on with this. Oh, no, how was I going to say it? Oh, this is where I always just like blank out. There was a point to the whole thing, but it was something he was talking about that was happening there. And, you know, it's happening in all sorts of ways. And the people are all, they're all kind of breaking free of the thing, but it's so, I just thought of another story he was saying, because he was talking about, he was at the airport. I haven't finished that story yet. I got off track. But the airport, he said that he went up to go get his bags, and it hadn't shown where to go. But like one person started going to another thing, and they all just followed mindlessly. And he said then the bags came at the one he was still standing out waiting. And so they all just shuffled back. And it is kind of like that herd mindset. Kind of like, they are all kind of like the geese that are flying together, like somehow connected and just, you know, going with the herd. And that is probably why the controllers called us cattle and stuff and didn't see us as being equal to them, for sure. But, you know, just what I was talking about earlier, where, you know, it depends on what kind of animal. But some people think dogs don't matter. Some people think cows don't matter. And some people think humans don't matter. So, but what was the thing that I was going to say about, he said all those people were moving there, and then they were changing it to be what the other people didn't want. But I don't remember how I was linking that to the other thing I was talking about. Sometimes I start telling too much of the story. I don't know. Maybe I'll remember as I'm saying. But I feel like that there's so many people who, like, while they're breaking free, they don't even know that they're in it. Like, they don't even know what it is. They haven't even recognized that it's a different reality, that they are being controlled or anything. You know, I just get told, like, I'm crazy. You know, I just need to stop talking because I'm crazy. It's like, you're just not seeing it. I'm not the only person seeing this. Like, there's millions and millions of people talking about the same stuff I'm talking about. I'm not the only one. But I don't know. I just figure there must be a couple of us in every family or something that's spread out to try and, like, spread it out. I'm not really sure. Because it's weird. I'm shocked sometimes how, you know, my kids, some of their friends aren't even saying some of the stuff. It's like, oh my God. What the fuck is going on? How can y'all all be so locked in like this? To not even, but, you know, that's the biggest thing is, as long as they're all stuck in there, they're just going to keep with this, you know, we need to change so that they can be happy, and that you can't go back and do that. Once you're set free, once you realize what, you know, hey, you can't hold me back. Yeah. And the rules that they want to hold on to, which most of it is really a lot of hypocrisy. There's a lot of, I'll set the rules for you, but, you know, I don't need to follow those. Just you know, as long as you can make me feel happy and secure and content and not have to feel things that I don't want to feel, you know, then all is good. But you can't go around pleasing everybody. You just got to please yourself. Be yourself. And, yeah, they're not ready to accept that quite yet. But we're still getting there. I mean, it's coming no matter what. It's always snoring up a storm. So glad. More she rests. But, yeah, I just feel like whether, you know, if you're somebody who is still feeling like you need to get people to do what you say so that you can be happy, like if you are in a relationship that's like that and stuff, you really need to take a step back, because the stuff that's triggering you is the stuff that you need to work on yourself. That's the stuff that is being presented to you to heal. And right now there's going to be a lot like that. I think I talked about it a little while ago about the big wave, the solar wave that's coming right now that's going to hit our planet around the same time. This isn't even the event. But we get these all the time. People just don't know. But it's going to hit around the same time as the full moon. So it's going to be some intense energy. And the way the planets align, it promotes certain types of healing. And it's stuff with the sacral chakras, I guess somebody was saying. And if it is stuff with that, and, you know, I talked about it a long time ago and some other ones with the chakras. When you're down in the lower chakras, that's the people who are on autopilot. They are just... they're working off of like instinct and, you know, like animals, they're working off of instinct and pain, and, you know, they're not dealing with their stuff. So this is going to be bringing up a lot of stuff in a lot of people. And, you know, it's going to be probably an emotional weekend for some people. It's probably giving me a lot of crying. But, you know, if you're listening to this, you know, anything that you go through, just do your best to stay centered. Think of what you can heal. Don't worry about what other people are doing or telling you or whatever. And don't get caught up in having to feel like you have to change yourself to please somebody else. You have to change yourself. You only have to change what you want to change. Nobody, you know, if you've got some relationship where you guys reflect, she's like jogging in her sleep, hitting my table. She does these little runs while she's sleeping. It's so cute. And I always think, like, what is it like in the dog's brain? You know, like when we have a dream and it's so real, like you're there. Like that's real. Your consciousness is in another place, having another experience. And so that's what I think with her, and her body's just going to town, running and running. And she has such a hard time running because she's got her hip issues. So I think it's so cute. But anyways, just, you know, just focus on your own stuff, and that is where you're going to find your true joy. You're not going to find joy in trying to change somebody else. You know, somebody else can change. It will be some other thing. You know, if there's somebody that you just, everything about them, you want to change them, then you probably just need to find some other people to hang out with. But if you have somebody, yeah, that you trust so much that you guys are mirroring back and forth, then yeah, if they say, hey, did you know, by the way, that you do this? Did you know you say, you know, you get on your soapbox, you don't shut up like me. But yesterday I heard him saying like a Sagittarius, because I'm a Sagittarius ascending. And if you have that, then yeah, you like to get on your soapbox and talk. That's why I do this probably. Because that's the kind of shit I get when I try and tell other people. Oh my God, stop. Don't talk to me. You're a crazy person on here. Anybody who says it, then keep it to themselves. Turn it off. If they feel they need to say it, then I'll just think like, oh my God, this person's completely crazy. That they feel that they need to come and tell me something about myself negative. That's just, you know, that's very three-dimensional, you know, ridiculous thinking. This bully crap. It's all going to be ending. You know, that's just not something that humanity is going to carry forward. It's just ridiculous. It's just funny to even think of, like, how did we ever even get like that? To start telling people, you need to be different. Don't be you. Be what we want you to be. And then, you know, think that you can just, I mean, it goes to beating people to suppression. So, yeah, I don't know. It's been a weird world, but you know, we're going into a new one, and it's going to be so much better. So just remember to work on yourself, because that's where you're really going to find your joy. You're really going to find your healing in focusing yourself. And just remember, every single time you get triggered, no matter how emotional, just go in and feel the pain, because it's going to heal you. It's just that simple, you know, and then having the awareness of what your triggers are and stuff, because pretty soon you'll have it so healed it won't bother you. You won't be triggered. But you got to look deeper into a trigger. It's not just the top thing that happens. You got to go a little deeper, because most triggers all have to do with childhood wounds of feeling neglected and feeling rejected and feeling abandoned. Like, there's a lot of stuff that people go through that they carry, and they don't, and people don't even realize how much they set up in their own self, the way that they go around and living their lives. They are setting up the situations to confirm to them their own self-beliefs. So the more that you can pull out of that system and recognize and heal your wounds and face your triggers, the more happy and more complete you're going to feel. I mean, it's just fact. So, okay. Have a great day. Hopefully that helps somebody, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.